and stop our side conversation. I was turned in one day to the.
Okay.
You see. One of our meetings.
Mhm.
Station. Oh my gosh. We did. We already did.
I got to tell her. Are we ready to start?
Yes.
Oh. So you see how hard this is to get figured out. You finally get some information.
Realize this was
I knew it.
an ongoing thing. Must be a planning commission thing.
Just brought it or something?
It's been a topic kicked around for a while, but
Oh, okay.
it must have been come through the planning commission.
Okay, let's do this.
I'll call the meeting to order. June, do you have the roll call? And we'll have the invocation by Pastor John Simpson from Pacific Community Church, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Council President Josh Adams.
I know you do.
Father God, thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for those who are here in person and online. For those in official positions who are constantly needing to demonstrate good wisdom and understanding and even creativity to use well the resources you've entrusted to us, have mercy. Bless them with all they need. May this be a community that serves each other well. May it be a place that prospers in every good way. Bless this meeting tonight and cover us with your peace. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic, which is one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Needs to be an info. I know I do too. Better turn my phone off.
That would be a good idea.
I think so. I'm turning my phone off. The first item would be Greater Bandon Association. I guess Barb is going to do that. Will I try to turn my phone off?
Microphone's on?
Her microphone's on.
It's on.
Thank you.
And I think this one's on too. Madam Member, members of the council, it's my pleasure to present Bandon's award for the Volunteer of the Month, and it happens to be one of your folks. Bear Slothauer, will you come down, please? A little bit about Bear, and most of you folks know this because most of his experience in volunteerism has come with the city. I still remember the very first time I met you, and I'm sure you do too. It was a planning commission meeting. I was sitting where Jerry is currently, and our brand new member was sitting at the very end of the dais, and the vote came along. It was a land use issue. First commissioner voted no to the application. The second person voted no. The third person voted no. And then all of a sudden the chairman voted yes. And they're sitting down here well, it's still 3-1, nothing to worry about. Well, Daniel Graham voted yes to the application as well. And then Harv did. And here is Barry's very first meeting and having to cast a deciding vote, which he did. Again, first experience, but it didn't scare him away. He continued to be a member of that commission, and not only a member, he continued to lead it to the point where he did become the chair of the planning commission after in the 7 years he was there. But he served the city in a variety of other ways. Obviously, he used that as a springboard. You folks appointed him to fill a vacant position on the council. He then had an opportunity to face the voters, which he did and successfully, and has served on the council since. Even before that, he was contributing to this city. If you'll remember, he was the first Gorse czar
That's
of
fun.
the of the city as a volunteer. Later, that position did get paid, but Bear stepped forward, and at that time, I mean, Gorse was as big as issue then as it is now, and probably the concern even at that time might have even been bigger than it is now. It's because of what was anybody doing about it? But again, took on that particular role. He served in a variety of other volunteer roles, not just with the city, with the SMART program, reading with the kids. He's been part of Circles in the Sand. He basically coordinates and pushes the folks that volunteer around with the raking. In fact, he's done a little bit of the architecture himself, although I don't think he's going to replace Denny Dyke quite yet. And he's contributed as well to the chamber, to the Greater Abandon Association, recently working with the Cranberry Parade. So our volunteer of the month, Bear Slaughter. Bear, as always, we have a plaque commemorating your honor, and I don't know if you like Tony's.
Oh.
A gift certificate from Tony's.
Thank you.
Okay,
All right.
all right, all right. Well, can you join the picture?
Sure.
Okay, next on the agenda is the consent calendar. Is there anything in there that anybody wants to bring out to discuss? Three-
I'm sorry.
Jerry, talk it, pull your microphone down.
I'd like to discuss 3.7.
All right, so that, I guess that means it has to be removed. Is that correct? Make a special, okay? So we'll be removing 3.7.
I just have a couple of comments for 3.6.
Oh, 3.6.
Police report.
All right, well, let's start with 3.7. What do you have, Jerry?
Well, it seems that last year I asked about striping of the streets. And I'm looking at this report. I don't see where it says striping in the streets, but I do notice they're going to do street repair and paving. Do you have any idea when the streets in Bandon will be striped down the middle? So we can see in the dark what side of the street we're on when we're driving?
I'd be happy to
Important.
consult with the Director of Public Works and report back to the City Council on that specifically.
Thank you very much.
All right, I guess it doesn't need a vote. And what do you want to ask about the police report?
Well, I just noticed that, traffic stops, we had 46. Did those 46 traffic stops result in tickets? Because speed says 3. And then it doesn't, the front page we have says traffic stops 50.
Says
and
citations.
Citations 8.
So that's the tickets, right? 8. Yeah.
So out of 50, we only issued 8 citations. And 3 of those were speed. Okay, that's all I wanted. I didn't put you in the hot seat,
Do you have
Matt.
anything to say? Do you want to address anything? Okay. Okay.
I must say, Matt, 2 Californias, the other day from Fillmore, all the way down to 11th. I was going 30 and they passed me like I was sitting still. Just want to let you guys know.
I'm sure.
Oh, and the school sign was blinking at 20 miles an hour. I was like, okay, where are you
Oops,
guys?
10 miles over.
No, I go 20 at the blinking light.
All right, do I hear a motion to approve the consent calendar?
Move to
moved.
approve.
Second,
Been moved by Josh, seconded by Madeline to approve the consented calendar. All in favor, please raise your hand. Okay,
Okay.
public hearing items. Ordinance 1673, continuation adoption of the 2025 City Abandoned Transportation System Plan and Comprehensive Plan Update. And I guess somebody's going to give us a city manager.
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor, members of the City Council. As indicated by way of the title, this is a continuation of the item that was heard by the council at its last meeting relative to the TSP. For the presentation, I'll defer to Director Mitchum.
Tori, Mayor, council members, as you recall, at the last regular meeting on September 2nd, 2025, you all deliberated the item, entertained public comment, and directed staff to make 2 changes to the document. One of those was to remove funding options that referenced permanent property tax increases. That was removed from the document. It was actually appeared in an executive summary of the document, not the document itself. The second change was to replace alternative 3, otherwise known as the road diet for 101 improvements, with alternative 1, which includes a full cross-section compliant with ODOT requirements for bike lanes in both directions under a widening scenario. It should be noted that that is not ODOT's preferred alternative, but we're moving forward with it anyway for your consideration tonight. So as summarized in the recommendation, we request that city attorney read the ordinance by title only, make a motion to move the ordinance to a second reading. If a full council is present and consensus is achieved, motion is achieved unanimously, you can request the city attorney read the ordinance by title only, and then make a motion to approve ordinance 1673 as written. That's all I have for you, unless you have questions.
I have a question. So in the last meeting, we did have the intergovernmental agreement. I noticed it's not there anymore. So by theory, at any point would the ODOT just be able to execute the alternate 1?
No,
No,
no.
as conveyed at the last meeting, all the projects that have been identified in the TSP shall require subsequent city council review and approval.
Okay, thank you.
That said, it really didn't necessitate a need for the agreement at this time.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll have, any other questions? Okay, we'll have the city attorney read it by title only.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This is ordinance 1673, an ordinance of the city of Bandon adopting the 2025 Transportation System Development Plan update, amending the comprehensive plan and establishing Highway 101 alternative number 1 as the preferred configuration.
Okay, now you added the word development in there. Does yours say that? You said system development plan. I don't think that's in there.
No,
Okay, well, we'll strike
system
that.
plan update.
We'll strike that word.
Okay.
Okay, do I hear a motion?
Yeah, motion to move the ordinance to a second reading?
Second.
Been moved by Madeline, seconded by Josh, that we move to a second reading, and we'll have a voice vote.
Counselor Slaughtер,
I'm against it.
Counselor Prusetto.
Aye.
Counselor Seymour,
Yes.
Counselor President Anderson,
Yes.
Counselor Garrett.
Could we hear why Bear's against it?
You gotta vote first.
He,
You have
he,
to- you have to vote.
We have to
first.
vote first before we get an explanation?
Yeah.
Why so?
Shayla?
You're beyond the point of deliberation. You're supposed to be making a vote.
Okay. Yes, then.
Counselor Powell, thank you.
Okay, let the record show, we cannot go to the second reading
Nope.
because we had to have a unanimous vote. But I think it's important to point out that Bear voted no on September 2nd also,
Oh,
because
okay.
He
he
agrees with the
preferred,
road diet.
he agrees with the road diet. So that's the reason.
True.
So we'll have to postpone this then, the final decision until next month.
Next month? Okay. And then can I ask a question real quick of our planning director? Or Tori? Approximately how long, once this is sent up to Portland or Salem, approximately how long is it going to take for them to get back to us to say that they've approved our plan? Do we know? Do we have a guesstimate?
We do not know, nor do we have a guesstimate.
Okay.
It's government.
If,
Well, I know that, but I mean, I didn't know if you've heard from other cities because you just got back from conference of how long it's been taking them to get theirs approved or anything?
have not
Okay.
heard about any issues or time-related review by DLCD. So if, when staff submits this and we find out any additional details, we'd be happy to relay that information on to the council.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, next item is 5.1, resolution number 2517, request by Douglas Fastnet, the city of Bandon to enter into a lease agreement for the continued use of equipment and generator storage space on city-owned and controlled property located at Bandon City Hall, 555 Highway 101, Bandon.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, members of the council. Agenda item 5.1 pertains to the renewal and update of an existing lease agreement between the city and Douglas Fastnet, commonly referred to as DFN. DFN currently occupies space within the city hall and maintains an emergency generator on the Civic Center campus. DFN has utilized this space at City Hall, including 1,016 square feet of interior office space for broadband equipment and an exterior pad adjacent to the City Hall on its east elevation. The key terms and conditions of this agreement remain as follows. The tenant shall remain DFN. The lease term shall be effective upon execution of the agreement through September 1st, 2028. This also provides for automatic 3-year renewals thereafter. The rent will commence at $1.75 per square foot, totaling $1,778 per month. The agreement allows for adjustments in the rental rate pursuant to CPI with a collar of 2% and 4%. The use will remain the operation and storage of broadband equipment and the location of the generator on site. DFN shall be responsible for all utilities, and they will also be responsible for maintaining and upkeep related to the equipment. They're also required to provide for liability insurance, and they shall be required to hold the city harmless. The proposed agreement before you this evening provides a stable recurring lease revenue for the city, totaling approximately $21,336 annually with automatic CPI inducements. With that said, staff recommends approval of the resolution authorizing execution of this lease agreement with DFN. Therefore, it would be appropriate for the city council to move to approve the resolution entitled as follows. Resolution number 25-17, request by Douglas Fastnet, Douglas Services, Inc. of the city of Bandon to enter into a lease agreement for the continued use of equipment and generator storage space on city-owned and controlled property located at the city of Bandon City Hall, 555 Highway 101, Bandon, Oregon, 97411. That
Tori,
includes my presentation, yes.
we've got a map in our packet and like reception, office, in leasehold area, 500 square feet. So the last page,
Mhm.
what's this diagram depicting in City Hall? What are those, where are those offices?
If you
Question.
anticipate, yes, the
The
entrance
equipment
would
room
be,
that's always buzzing? Okay, but
Yes.
that's one room and this shows,
yeah, the
six.
leasehold area is the 500 square feet.
oh,
In the
okay.
plan.
Okay, that's the
So
only,
the door gaining access to City Hall is directly adjacent. Then we're talking about the conference room
from
area,
Jim's office, right,
June's
okay.
office, correct.
I just thought when you when I saw this
No,
map, I
that's
thought
why-
they're leasing all of this from us and I'm going, where are we going to put them? So, okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
And I noticed that in the motion that we have here,
Yeah.
2517 isn't listed, but it should be moved to approve resolution 2517, a
Yeah.
resolution.
Yeah.
The number
Yes.
should be in there. Okay, do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve resolution number 2517.
Second.
Been moved by Madeline, seconded by Bear to approve 2517. All in favor? Oops, I don't vote, sorry. It's hard to remember. All right, the next resolution number 2518, request by Spectrum Pacific West LLC of the city of Bandon for an extension of an existing lease agreement for continued use of city-owned and controlled property located at the 200 block of Fifth Street Southeast Bandon, Oregon, for the on-site storage of telecommunications equipment.
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor, members of the council. Agenda item 5.2 is a request from Spectrum for a lease extension. The subject property that is being leased is located at the 200 block of Fifth Street Southeast and is being used for the storage of equipment. The city has leased this property since 1979 to Spectrum for this purpose. Spectrum seeks to extend its lease under the updated financial terms and conditions in the agreement. The tenant shall remain Spectrum. The premises is the subject property located at the 200 block of Fifth Street Southeast. The use shall be the housing and accommodation of telecommunications equipment. The initial term of this lease is for 5 years, beginning January 1st, 2026. The renewal option provides for 2 options to renew this lease for an additional 2 5-year terms. This lease will provide recurring annual revenue to the city in the form of general fund revenue, with the beginning of revenue equaling $2,000 annually in 2026, with an annual incremental increase of 3% each year thereafter. So with that, staff recommends that the council authorize the execution of this lease, and it would be appropriate for the city council to move and approve the following resolution entitled Resolution number 2518, request by Spectrum Pacific West LLC of the city of Bandon, Oregon, approving and authorizing execution of the Third Amendment to lease agreement with Spectrum Pacific West LLC for continued use of city-owned and controlled property located at the 200 block of Fifth Street Southeast for the on-site storage of telecommunications equipment and authorizing related actions. That includes staff's presentation.
Any questions?
Tori, is this equipment on a pole?
What was this?
Is this equipment on
No, it's above
like a
ground.
transformer?
Correct.
Okay, just wondering.
Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve resolution 2518.
Second.
Okay. Made by Madeline, seconded by Archie. All in favor?
Chris.
It was Chris.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I can't tell. And we ought to say names down there because you can't tell. Everybody sounds the same. All right. Seconded by Chris. All in favor? Again. Thank you. Did Chris vote?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The next item on the agenda is the Planning Commission appointment, and this planning seat has been empty since, I believe, April. So it's time to try and appoint. We had several applicants, but so far 2 of them have dropped off. So do we have a,
Is Steve here?
yes, he's in the back.
Could you come up, Steve, to the podium? Thank you. Or do you prefer Stephen?
Either one is fine.
Okay,
I think this thing is on.
it's on.
Hey, cool.
I just have one question for you.
Sure.
Would you be willing to resign from the Friends of Parks? If you become a planning commissioner?
It's Friends of Abandoned Parks and
sorry.
Recreation. Yeah, if it turned out that there was a conflict with the activities of the Planning Commission, yes, I would resign. We actually are in the midst of a transition plan now. We recently had a young person join our organization, and I'll be working with her to take over as secretary. So I would be leaving the executive board, but I would still be, a supporter. I mean, I'd make contributions to it.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. But
So,
if there's a conflict, I would leave the executive board. of Friends of Abandoned Parks and
And in essence,
Recreation.
that's in the works right now.
Yes, but that's separate from this. That's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yes.
All right, that's the only question I had for you. Thank you.
Okay.
Anybody else have any questions?
What would you define as Abandon's biggest problem?
Workforce housing.
Amen.
Anybody else?
All right. No more questions.
All right. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you say, Jerry?
I said the answer was satisfactory.
Oh, okay, okay.
Thank you, Marlene.
Okay, make a motion to approve Steve Freeland as our new planning commissioner.
Second.
Then moved by Madeline, seconded by Josh to appoint Steve Friedland to the Planning Commission. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Unanimous. Thank you. Welcome aboard, Steve. All right, that wasn't a long meeting. I hope you guys weren't, well, now
We're doing this in record time.
we've got other things, so we're gonna
Yeah.
hear from Tori. Tori, maybe you
We
could,
got public comment.
Public comments.
I'm sorry. I can't even find the agenda. I'll find it here in a minute. Anyway, anybody in the public wants to talk, please?
Susan Hayes.
Okay, do we have,
This is regarding the letter that I gave you at the beginning of
Yes.
the council meeting.
has everybody had a chance to read the letter?
Yes.
Yes.
I already
Yeah,
gave
give-
them one.
What do you need from me first? My address?
Your name and address.
Okay. I'm Susan Hayes. My home address is 989 Carter Street Southwest, Bandon, Oregon, 97411. Dear Madam Mayor and City Council members, I am here this evening as a business owner operator of a Laurel Wine Bar and Restaurant. I'm here to request the city does not remove what is left of the parklet that has now been in place for approximately 5 years. The parklet allows for not only a visual presentation, but additional seatings for my business and what was Bandon Coffee Cafe. This parklet has not only provided a beautification project for Bandon just under the north entry welcome arch, it has also become one of the hubs of morning, afternoon, and evening gathering spots. Additionally, with limited places to eat at this end of Old Town, we often seat guests at 4:30 p.m. while it is light out and weather permitting. Some guests enjoy this space while dining with their dogs as well. Historically, the city planning department has contacted me on occasions inquiring if we enjoy having the space as a parklet or needed the parking. The benefits have always outweighed the 2 parking spaces, which have been the parklet space. The energy and the welcoming vibe is loved by locals and tourists alike, and this brings positive social presence to what would otherwise be lacking. As a 20-year landmark, Laurel provides an important anchor at this end of Old Town. I am a working chef, an owner, an employer. Along with the payroll and product expenses we have taken on after the very first year, we maintain these flower beds year-round. With the move of Bandon Coffee last month, to the west of us, there has been an even greater need to bring more interest to the east end of Old Town. This parklet, what's left of it since Bandon Coffee moved 2 of the flower beds, is and needs to continue to be a part of any beautification project until the city implements another plan. This is more important than having 1 to 2 parking spaces, especially between now and next summer. I ask that you reconsider removing the parklet, not turning my 2 front windows to view cars and large noisy trucks while my guests are enjoying their time with us. Additionally, like most of us, we are still digging ourselves out of the COVID financial crisis, and anything that will encourage more visible store frontage, walking traffic, vegetation, and positive vibes would be helpful with your support. it was, unbeknownst to me that the parklet was going to be removed last month. And after calling the planning department, they came down and took a look at it, and I thank them very much for agreeing to an extension of 3 months. I'm asking for it to be permanent until there is a full, beautification project throughout the city. Thank you.
Thanks, Susan.
Do you have any questions? No? Okay, thanks.
So now would we ask to have this put on another agenda or?
Yes, the appropriate thing would be to direct staff to prepare a report and bring it before the city council for consideration.
Okay,
And then we could assess the existing conditions and potential options.
okay, thank you. Anybody else signed up?
No. Are you gonna, is somebody directing staff or no?
What?
Are you gonna have staff bring something forward?
Yes, that's what I
Yes.
asked him to do.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that part.
So nobody up here wants to speak either?
Is there anybody on Zoom?
Okay,
No.
then we'll have city manager comments. And I'm just wondering if in your comments, if you could address when we see the traffic cones around town, like over on Fourth Street, what that means, because people keep calling us and we
Yes.
don't know what it means.
The city council at the last budget approved the city funding so that we could retain a contractor that would provide for a master paving contract service. And this is in lieu of looking at independent segments of street improvements independently. So the idea was to have this contractor on retainer with the ability to use them to address paving, resurfacing projects citywide. And the locations that have been addressed, that have been paved are based on the priority need. So based on the condition of the street, they were then prioritized, and this was coordinated through the Public Works Department. So when residents are driving through the city and they see cones and surveyors out there surveying the public right of way, it's likely as a result of the need for street improvements to be completed. And I think recently there was some concerns about cones and surveying being performed on 4th Street. And that is the case. If you were to go out there today, there's a segment of that residential street that has been resurfaced. And that's consistent with the overall master plan approach that we have implemented. I know there is an interest in identifying what streets are scheduled for repair next. I would have to defer to the Public Works Director, who's currently on vacation. But as soon as I have a chance to circle back with him, we'll inform the city council.
Okay, thank you.
I'd like to say something
Yes,
on Fourth Street. They did a good job paving and they also put on strips on the side so people could walk on level ground, no grass. They did a good job.
yes, thank you. I was out there today and I would echo those sentiments.
Okay, why don't we use the text feature that we have? I mean, I got a text saying there's gonna be a city council meeting. Why don't we just mention something like that, say, this date to this date, we're gonna be paving in 4th Street, 5th Street, whatever street it is, and then everybody kind of gets a heads up as to what's going on.
Right, great recommendation. We'll be happy to include that.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that the street that runs by the middle school? Fourth?
It's up from the Catholic Church
Okay.
at that four-way or three-way stop. Or that's where the cones were the other day. Anything else, Tori?
I would just like to invite the Director of Community Development, Jeff, to provide information about some upcoming meetings that the city will be hosting. Jeff?
Yeah, we've got 2 important meetings coming up for community to attend. First, both of them are at the barn, from 5:30. We on? Nope. About that. 2 important meetings coming up this Thursday and next Thursday, 5:30 to 7 at the barn. The first one is going to be discussing the housing code audit update, which has been underway for a number of months now, if not years. That will summarize the results of some ground floor research that's been done by a consultant on the municipal code's capacity to entertain housing, workforce housing, particularly development, and more importantly, comply with state law for affordable housing. So the results of that audit will be presented, and essentially what they will be looking for is feedback on the contents of those recommendations that really fall into three categories. That would be the first one being must change, must edit the municipal code to comply with state law. The second category would be should change to lead, let's say, development incentives for workforce housing particularly. And the third category is could change, which means how aspirational does the municipal code want to be to inspire infill housing. So lots to discuss, and we're really looking for a robust engagement and some feedback from the community, and council and planning commission are all invited. Secondly, a week later, we're going to be presenting the results of the concept analysis done by Dougherty Landscape Architects, DLA. They did an open house on sort of ground floor research done on the city park, and they took some public input and they generated a document, which I've yet to see, but I will circulate it and I will post it on the city's website for folks to look at prior to your opportunity a week from this Thursday to provide feedback. Those are my two items for you.
Okay,
That's all we have.
all right, thank you. There,
Oh, by the way, Archie, I'd be happy to talk to you afterwards and talk to you about why I'm opposed to that plan for the traffic. But other than that, not a lot happening. I went to a conference up in Portland and they had some very good classes, and I will be bringing some of those ideas up over the next few meetings and talking with Tori about them. I didn't see any riots. I mean, I went there ready with gear and everything. There was not a single riot.
And you should have started one.
Just.
Went for the conference and that.
But I did walk by the federal building, and on one of the blocks on the corner, there was a chip out of the concrete, probably a bullet hole. But no, I'm kidding.
you must not have been watching TV in the last few nights.
Yeah, definitely.
You might not have seen it when you were there, but
All around Pasco.
that's not
Oh,
good.
down there, yeah, where they took down an 85-year-old couple.
Yeah,
Confessed one of them.
knocked them down.
Next.
Anyway, I'm done.
No.
Jerry,
Well, on a lighter part, the Cranberry Festival was great, wonderful. The 25th anniversary of the Sprague Theater,
wonderful.
went to that, and it was beautifully done. Hope we have another one in 5 years.
Yeah, that'd be nice to have one every 5
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
Very
Yeah, I
nice.
attended the Sprague 25th too, and of course Cranberry. Of course, it was a shame it rained on Saturday night and Sunday morning,
Sunday morning.
but it was pretty wet downtown Sunday. But even so, everybody had a great time on Saturday. We had the best weather on Saturday. That was wonderful. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Southern Coast Hospital is offering free mammograms to anyone you know that may not be able to afford one, and they're also offering to pay a copay if you have one. So if you could please spread the word to all the ladies you know and men.
And men.
Men need them too. That's all I got.
And the Cranberry Festival was great, and it was sad that the couple were hit by a car in the crosswalk like 9:30 that Saturday night, and the man died last week in the hospital. So and he was from Cottage Grove, so I don't know if they'd been down at the street dance and maybe were walking across down by Delaware. They were walking across the highway, so my guess is they must have been staying at that motel, but that's just my guess. Anyway, that was a tragic ending too.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Next.
I would just like to offer condolences to Brian Vick's family, former mayor and city councilor. I only learned about his passing through your column.
Yeah.
But it was very sad to hear. I knew he was in troubles with cancer, but it was sad to hear him passing.
Well, I'll miss him.
Band and height.
Bandon High School football team, 5-0.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That.
Game Friday night at home, right, Shayla? Oh, it's a bye this week.
Does your
Homecoming
son
against
play?
Myrtle Point.
Oh, your son plays. Okay.
Yeah, if you're not doing anything, come support him.
All right.
Okay.
We are,
I guess we are adjourned.
I guess you better say it, Mary.
We're adjourned. Thank you.
There you go.